Hey everybody, welcome to Dana's Corner. Today I'm going to show you a tutorial how to adjust your tension on your serger. Sometimes, working with those babies, they get to be a little bit tricky and feel a little bit intimidating. So I found this way, I've used it several times, and hopefully it will help you too. So here we go. Okay, I had some scrap muslin pieces and I cut 4 of them. I know you only see 3 here. And then I marked the lines on them. I marked them 1.5 inches apart. After I cut and marked these 1.5 inches apart, I then numbered it 0 down to 9. For me, I folded mine in half just to give it a little bit more thickness. And here we go. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. So I'm going to take this first strip here, and the first thing that we're going to look at here is the color of the thread. So I chose 4 different colors because it will be easier to look at when you're done serging your strips. And on the tutorial before this, I showed you how to change the colors without rethreading your whole sewing machine. So if you're not sure how to do that, watch that tutorial and come back. The other thing I want to show you before I start is I did label my serger. I put what they belong to. This tension knob belongs to the left needle. This belongs to the right needle. This belongs to the upper looper, and this is the lower looper underneath. I also put, if I need to tighten my tension, then I'm going to roll down. If I need to loosen, roll up. For me, that worked because I always got confused. But you're probably better at that and will remember, but for me, that worked really well. So what I'm going to do is you're going to serge, and I need to back up. We're going to start on the left needle, and we're going to put the tension all the way to 0. The other ones we want to place at 3 for now, and then we'll just adjust it. So what we're going to do, see if I can do this one-handed. We're going to sew, and then we're going to stop the needles on the line. So here I go. Okay, I stopped on the line. I don't know if you can tell, but my needles are there on the line. And I'm going to come back up, and I'm going to move this up to 1. And then I'm going to do it again. And it doesn't need to be super perfect on the line, just as close as you can. Now continue for this strip the rest of the way, and we'll be right back. Okay, I finished with my first strip. And I just want to show you, if I can, I'm going to try and get really close. And this one, remember, we're looking at the blue. I went ahead and marked it blue so I knew which thread this strip was for. And if you can tell, the blue is supposed to be on the bottom here, and it is really loose. And if you look in the back, it's even worse. So I'm going to go down. So I definitely don't want my blue at 0 or 1. And I'm going to look at the back again because it starts looking good. I don't know if you can tell. Probably closer to 4, and 5 looks a little bit tight, and on the front it looks pretty good. So I'm going to set my left needle to 4, and then I'm going to continue, and I'm going to put the green all the way down to 0. I'm going to get my next strip, and I'm going to do the very same thing. And I'll be right back when I'm done doing this strip. Okay, so I'm back, and I have serged all of these, changing the tension dials. And let's look at the red and yellow. For me, the red and yellow are the upper and lower looper. So you can see where it's too loose, and the thread's coming up high, and down towards the bottom, it's too tight, and it's pulling the yellow over. So for me, I started mine way back here, and it's still a little bit hard to tell because we haven't adjusted the yellow, but it looks pretty good around 3. So then over on the yellow serger, and you can see that the yellow's coming up to the front here, and on the bottom the red is being pulled behind. So here in the middle, and for me on my serger, the part that looked about perfect, and remember, this is the last one I did. So the blue, green, and orange, or red, whatever color I have there, I think it's orange and I've said red. Anyways, it looks the best when this is set around 5. See how this is perfect on top, perfect on the bottom, and it sits right on the tip. And that's where you want your upper and lower looper. I adjusted this a little bit, and I serged a scrap piece a couple times just to tweak it a little bit. And that's what you'll want to do. And this sits really nicely up at the top, and it looks nice and smooth. So for me, even though my book it says 2.5, 3, 2.5, 3, but you know what? Things change, and that's just a suggestion to start out. So for me, I'm at 4.5, not quite to 3, 3, and 4.5. And for my serger, it works great. Yours will definitely be a little bit different. That's all I have for you on this tutorial. Thanks again, and check back at Dana's Corner for the next tutorial.